Hi, welcome to today's video. We'll be looking into a very famous chess and math problem called the 8 Queens puzzle. So, the puzzle is very simple and that's why I call it a neat puzzle. So, what's a neat puzzle? A neat puzzle is where the problem is explained in a very simple manner, but the complexity of that problem is quite high. So, if you were to find the ratio of complexity by the simplicity of the problem, it's probably very high. So this is one such neat problem. So what is the goal of this problem? There is a chessboard. In this case, for all practical purpose, you can think of it as a grid of 8 by 8. And your job is to place 8 queens on it such that no queen attacks or captures another queen. Attacks another queen. So let's get started. So let's say I place a queen here. Then by default, there's about 21 other squares that the queen controls. And if I were to place another queen on any of those, then it would be showing it as red, saying that you have not really solved the puzzle. So you have to find something where it's not. For example, this could be another one, this could be another one, this could be another one. So I have 4, I have 5, and I'm done. Just 5 out of 8, and I've covered the entire thing. So this is probably a solution to a different problem, saying what's the least number of queens you need to cover all of 64 squares. But our puzzle here is, how do I place 8 queens and try to ensure that all 8 queens are placed in such a way that they don't attack each other. So if you would like to try this problem, you could do it with a chessboard. You can open your own chessboard, a physical chessboard. Use the 8 white pawns or 8 black pawns, imagine they are queens, and start placing them on the chessboard and try to see if you're able to place all 8 queens. It's an amazing problem. Anybody who is interested in intellectual stuff, interested in being good at math and chess, this is something that is stable. This is a rite of passage for all children who want to be good at math and chess. If you'd like to do it online, you can check out this website called Brain Bashers. And in Brain Bashers, there's something called Fun Stuff. Click on Fun Stuff. It would open up a list of things that you can do. One of those is the 8 queens problem. You can click on the 8 queens puzzle. But to prepare for the 8 queens puzzle, you can actually start off with something that's much simpler. For example, the 4 queens puzzle. So in this, if you were to start with a queen here, you realize immediately that you can only place 3. So let's restart. If I start with the corners, there's always going to be a problem of just being able to place 3. But if I start with one of the edges, and I soon realize that a knight's pattern allows me to do it as 4 possible queens. And you can do it in a different variation, which would also bring you. So in other words, you have 2 different variations of this answer, but ultimately it is the problem of placing the queen in like knight's position. Now let's try and do a 5 by 5. So I can try something very similar. And there I have the 5 by 5. So I still have kind of the knightish position, but 1 queen in the center that's going to ensure that I'm able to place all 5 queens. But our challenge for today is trying to solve the 8 queen. And it's not very easy. There are multiple solutions to it, but you could try and say place this. Yes, that's one of the 8 queen solutions. So I would urge you to think about it, try to solve it. It's a wonderful activity, especially when you have these variations. And even you can go really, have fun by even trying to do something like a 15 by 15, which could just make it super duper crazy. Okay, so that's 14 on 15 that I could place. But apparently there's a 15 by 15. I'm sure there is a possibility to do that. Same thing with 14, same thing with 10. So I'm sharing this video because this is what explorative math is, explorative chess is. You place it, you play around with it, and you try different combinations. And in that process, you will learn many more connections, many more patterns, many more, like calculations that your mind needs to do in order to get to the solution. And that's really wonderful. So it's a beautiful website called Brain Bashers. We use that in all our math and Flintel classes to give puzzles which children love to solve. And the 8 queens particularly is an extremely neat puzzle that you can try and solve You start with 4, get to 8, solve the 8, and if possible, go to town from 9 till 15. I hope you found this video useful. For many more such videos, please click on the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the